Hi guys, today in this video I'm going to show you how I made these desert bases. See you in a bit. Right guys, so to accomplish these bases, these are the things that you need to get before you start. So you need some sand, you need some bases obviously, some grass tufts. These ones I make myself, but Games Workshop do make some. You want some like dead grass kind of looking ones. Your choice of glue is up to you. On these ones I'm going to be using super glue just to save some time, but you can just use good old PVA. Obviously with PVA you've got to wait for the bases to dry, where I don't have to wait with the super glue, it just dries instantly. You need some fish tank gravel. This is just some small fish tank gravel. I've decanted it into a smaller bag because the big bag was running out and this is all I've got left, so I'll just decant it into a smaller bag just for ease of storage. But this is just a fine small gravel that you get in any old pet shop. I think even pound stores do fish tank gravel now, so you might be able to get some in there really cheap. And then the 3 paints that you need, or 2 paints and wash, you need Steel Legion Drab, Agrax Earthshade and Xandri Dust. So to achieve these bases, that's all you need, and obviously you need some paintbrushes. So yeah, so we're just going to crack on. I'll be back in a minute and then we'll crack on with it. See you in a bit. Right, so for the first step you're going to need your glue, you're going to need your bases, you're going to need your sand, and you're going to need your gravel. So what you need to do is, I'm using super glue here. For this stage you can use PVA as well, so just your standard old PVA, you can use that, but obviously your drying times will be a lot longer. Right, so all you do is get your base, get your super glue or your glue. I put a big dob in the middle and then just spread it out using the nozzle. Spread it out right across the base. Like so. Then what you need to do is open your sandbox, get your gravel. What I do here is, it's going to be hard to do on camera. Yeah. There we go. Get your gravel, just sprinkle it on like so, wherever you want it to go, so that it looks like that. Then get your sand and then just cover the base. Shake all the excess off into the pot, and there you go. That's one base done, or sanded should I say, and the gravel on. What you can do is you can concentrate the gravel in certain areas as well. So as you can see, I've got lots and lots of gravel that's left over. I just chuck any leftover that I just chuck in here because it just makes a nice mix. So I'll do one more and then we'll move on to the next stage. So again, just with the super glue or PVA, if you're using PVA, just cover the whole base and get your stones. What I'll do on this one is I'll concentrate in one area with the stones, so just on the edge here. So this side of the base is going to be very rocky, like so. Then just again get your sand, cover up the rest of the base, shake off the excess, and that's that one done. And the last one, I've got 3 here, so I will do 3 just so you can see it again. This one I'm not going to put any rocks on. I'm just going to go straight with the sand and see what we get with the rocks that are already in the sand. So as you can see there, with the rocks that are mixed in with the sand, you kind of get a few little bits of gravel on there. So, oh, I'm spilling it everywhere now. So all I normally do now is, you're going to lose some sand, so just clear off your desk, and that's what we end up with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let these dry. Obviously if you are using PVA, your drying times are going to be a lot longer, so let this dry and then we'll crack on with the painting. See you in a bit. Right, so for the next step you're going to need your Xandri Dust and you're going to need a large paintbrush. I'm going to use this one. So I've got a nice flat paintbrush there, got my Xandri dust, give it a good shake. Then all you need to do is just get a big dollop of paint, and then literally you don't need to prime your bases or anything else, just chuck the paint straight on top. Like so. Just make sure you get everything covered. Just make sure that all, even the edge, because you're going to be painting the edge anyway at the end. Like so. And that's one base painted, ready for wash. So what I will do now is I'll paint these two off camera and then we'll be back once this is dry, and then I'll show you what we've got to do next. See you in a bit. Right, so next step, what you're going to need is your Agrax Earthshade, a wash brush or just a large paintbrush, and the bases. So give the Agrax a bit of a shake. Then all you need to do is, you don't want to go too thick, you just want to make sure that the whole base is covered. So paintbrush is a bit hard. There we go. So just literally coat the whole base with a nice thin coat of Agrax Earthshade. So you don't want to go too thick because then it'll make it too dark. So a nice thin coat. Just spread it out a little bit so it looks like that. And what you do is you leave that to dry, and then you come back again in a minute and then do it. I'll show you the next step. So I'll quickly show you this one. So you've got all the rocks on this one, so you might need a bit more wash on the rocks just to try and break them up a little bit, like so. Make sure it doesn't pull up too much, so you end up with something like that. So I'll leave them to dry and I'll see you in a minute. Right, so now the bases are all dry, you get a nice shading effect on them. What you're going to need now is a dry brush, a bit of kitchen roll, and then you're going to need your Xandri dust again. So what you're going to need to do, give your Xandri dust a good shake, open it up, put a bit on your dry brush or on your brush like so, and then what you're going to do is rub the bristles on the kitchen roll like so, just to get the paint on the ends. And then what we're going to do is give these a heavy dry brush. So just literally grab the base, there we go, that's it. So it's nice and simple, just brush the brush over the base like so, just picking up all the edges, and that's how quick it is. So you're just trying to pick up all the edges of the base, and that's that bit done. So next up, what you want to do is, this is when you use the Steel Legion drab. So I recommend that you put a bit of cardboard down on your desk or whatever, because you're going to need to paint the rims. So you need your Steel Legion drab, and then you're going to need another paintbrush. Just quickly grab one. And what you're going to do is take your Steel Legion drab, and then the rim of the base, just go around it just like so. And it just finishes the base off. Like so. So when that's on the table now, it's nice and finished, and yeah, So what I'm going to do now is I'll paint the other two off camera, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what you've got to do with your grass tufts. See you in a bit. Right, so now the bases are all dry, you're going to need your grass tufts. These are ones that I made myself, but you can buy some commercially. You're either going to need your PVA or your super glue again, depending on what glue you want to use. I'm going to use super glue because it dries a lot quicker, and I'm just doing this very quickly. So all you want to do is select just randomly some areas to put some glue, like so. So 1, I'll put 3 on this one, 2, 3, and then what you need to do is get your grass tufts, pick one off, and just put it on the glue. Just like so. And that is a completed base. So I'll quickly do this one. I'm going to put one of the tufts within one of the rocks. I'm only going to put 2 on this one. That's that one, and then the final one. Just going to put a single one in the middle there. And there we have it. So I'll be back in a minute. I'll set them all up on the desk so you can see them properly, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, so here is my current Tau army on some of the bases that are very similar to what we just made. Sorry about the shaky cam, I think it's just easier for me to show you this, but these are the 3 bases that we've done in the tutorial, and then this is the rest of my Tau army on the bases done in exactly the same way. As you can see, with the colour scheme that I've gone for, it works really, really well. The contrast against the green works really well. And yeah, that's how you make desert bases. So I'll see you on the next one. Happy wargaming.